Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. This is the Rise of Cornoe, and in the last episode we planned out this very snaky little commuter rail towards this area where we can ultimately get some workers into, for the construction industry over here, but also for what may become a coal mining area. Hopefully that's fairly close, but anyway, we'll go from there. Now, the one thing that I did realize is that these guys, we need an access point for them to be constructible. Okay, so this could be the place. We could, or we could do something on this side, but I guess that might not necessarily be the thing. All of this is kind of under construction, so maybe let's get a few more of these paths to start its construction process. We could even go ahead and start some construction over here. Now, some of these things does seem like they won't want to be built, so let's quickly pay for this and that, because I guess that's going to be it. The rest we can seem to build. Now, in the meantime, what I would also do is I'll get a bit of a path to come... Ooh. Which direction? So we can actually... so we want to do something like that so that we could start the construction of this area here, just like so. So we'll leave that in place. So we're currently building a few things. I did assign the rail builders to come and build this area. Now, I'm still considering paying for a few more things, and I'm starting to see your comments on that. I do agree. The realism about building everything yourself using your own workforce is a big draw for the game. And that's kind of part of the big challenge of starting out. It's less of a challenge now. It's now just basically we can build everything ourselves. It's just slowing us down. So I guess I'm kind of sat in between, and I think we might find a little bit of a middle ground where we still build a lot of stuff using our own teams and so on, but where we will start to selectively pay for a few things just to speed up a few bits and pieces every now and again. Now, a few things that I want to have a quick look at before we get into planning some more stuff is how are we positioned over here? So none of this is actually assigned to pick up some stuff yet. So we do need to probably get all of this sorted out, and then we can start to assign a few bits and pieces. Is this under construction? Maybe not in this full sense of the word. I may want to build a few more bits and pieces in this area to start working that. We will build a distribution office all the way over here at the cement plant, so that we can distribute some cement to the places where we need it. I guess a fairly small one will be okay. That's kind of all we're going to seemingly fit into this area, but there's a spot over there. So let's have a quick look at some distribution offices. Just standard distribution office. Big distribution? No, not 15 vehicles, 4 vehicles. Maybe the 8 vehicle variety. That still feels quite large. This is a 4 vehicle. That's a 20 vehicle, a 32 vehicle, a 4 vehicle. There's a smaller kind of 8 vehicle. What does this 12 look like? That's also pretty huge. I guess this medium over here is the one for us. Can we squeeze it in somewhere over here? Maybe the 5. Let's just have a look at this 5 vehicle variety. That one can, I think, go into this area here and then become the vehicle that's moving the cement around. Alternatively, could we squeeze something in here? I don't know. I guess not. I don't want to kind of overfill everything, to be honest. Okay, let's use this spot right over here. And I don't want that to be in the way. I want to actually do something like that. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and pay for that little slither because it's a bit of a problem small section. And what we'll do in addition is we'll go and build that. So that'll be the distribution to move cement around. Now, what I also want to have a quick look is see what is going on with these various things. So we are currently building no place to store finished vehicles. Wait. How come? This much must be a glitch, right? It's only got the one vehicle here. That does not feel right to me. Anyway, what I will do, let's have a quick look. What were we running in terms of? I don't think. Where is this? This guy is running Basistavi range platform, so it's over here. How many on that line? I think it must be two, right? Two vehicles on that line. So we could look at replacing that line with that vehicle. So we have a slightly larger vehicle variety in here. Let's have a quick look. This is full. So we don't really need anything bigger than that. Okay. Now, this stuff is, I think we're moving way through all of this stuff. I'm pausing it for the second because I just want to sort out my rail stuff for the minute. These are older vehicles which we could either reuse, right? They're pretty new. So I guess we could reuse them. So can I actually move? Let's move one of these vehicles over there. So I'll move this vehicle over here. You need a okay, and then hopefully that means we're going to immediately see another one be dropped. So what did it say about factory connection? So why isn't it using this spot here? That's the one that I'm kind of a little bit concerned about. I've paused it again. So I'm a little concerned about that. I don't want the next one to be doing the same thing again, right? So we may want to move this one over that way also. There's still a bit of room in there. Yep, absolutely, that's fine. So let's move those two over there. We've got them ready to go. They will start aging straight away, but we've got them ready to go, basically. So let's speed things up a little bit. It's going to start snowing fairly soon. Okay, now let's go over here. What's happening on this side? We're still building a ton of different things for construction activities. What do we have over here in terms of vehicles? Got a few snow plows. Let me see. I still thought I needed to move a few. Oh, no, we've got a few over here. We'll just leave them in there and see where we ultimately need them. And we do still have a fair queue of vehicles coming in. Yeah, so lots of vehicles starting to make the way. I guess if I grab some of these, I'm sure we could use them somewhere. So we've got two road cranes in place. So let me have a quick look. I thought the road cranes would be fairly useful for this, right? Seems like we've got a road crane just kind of parked over there. So I'll leave it be. What do we have over here somewhere? Hang on. Sorry. Let me just have a look. So this is a maintenance office. This needs road cranes, right? This is the maintenance office. We're doing auto search for maintenance and reconstruction, which is fine. Everything else should be set up comfortably. Yeah, but what we don't have is we don't have that. So send me a couple of road cranes this way to support maintenance activities. Whether we need two, I don't know. Let's head on over here and have a bit of a look at this side. We have like no road cranes over here. One over there. We need one more over here and at least two on this side of things. So add a couple. Let me grab three of them over here. 1, 2, and 3. And we've got tons of buses hanging around as well. Let's just move them over quickly, and then we'll start seeing what we do next. We do want to start getting these guys up and running as well. So grab me 2 over this way, and 1 more over here, and that hopefully will start helping us out a little bit more. Excellent. We're starting to see some rail construction activities going on over here. I'm hoping we will start moving along on some of this. Oh, this is done, so we can start building a couple of additional road connections here and there. And what I might do is I might just pay for that, and I might just pay for this, so that we can go ahead and assign some proper additional construction activities in here. So that's pretty good. I like the idea of that. Okay, excellent. So that's good. Now I won't be planning out this just yet over here. What I might rather do instead is have a little bit of a look at what we're doing in this area, so that we can get this additional. Okay, what's going on with this guy? You are waiting over there, and in all fairness, I think that's exactly right that you do that. So that's okay. That's fine. We just need to worry a little bit about blocking some other stuff while these construction activities are underway. But while these guys are here, it shouldn't be too much of a problem anyway. And when they start getting onto here, it shouldn't be too much of a problem, really. Okay, anyway. Okay, let's leave it there. Now, the plan now is for us to have a bit of a look at what we're going to do with regards to this iron mine area over here. So if I grab the iron mine, let me have a bit of a look. So we've got a few slithers of things going on over here, but really the bulk of what we're after is in there. So let me quickly clear out all of this items. There's a heating problem because it's starting to get cold. Okay, so let's switch this back on, and let me quickly have a look. So we've got 4 tons of ore per worker. So this could do way more. So do we go with the modded version here? Yeah, maybe we do go with the modded version, so that we try and maximize the use of some of these areas. We've got 70 over there. Anything we could do? I don't know. Do we do one proper 70 over here and try and make that work? 72. I mean, maybe we could do 2. So if we were to say squeeze it in like this, let's flip it around, get their get them to face the middle. If we go maybe something like this, try and grab a 70 in this spot over here, then we could still do a 60, a 70, 67, kind of somewhere right over there. So let's do that. We'll flip this one around also. Okay, so I guess that's enough, right? This gives us 800 workers, and what is it saying? It's doing 4 tons of iron ore per day per worker. So that's 1,600 tons. Wow, that's insane amounts. And then if we say iron processing plants, we want something that can really move it. This one is 105 tons. 225 tons of iron ore. So one of these guys can really 4 times 400, 1,600. Wow, this is enormous. How much does this one do? 500, 450. We want about half. Seems to be a bit crazy, but maybe this plant is a bit more. Yeah, about half. That's about right. These seem a little bit. What? 27 megawatt hours of power versus not. So these seem. Yeah, that's way more. These seem a little overpowered. Okay, anyway. So what are we looking at? If we're saying this guy, right, that gives us how many? 4 for each one of these mines. Wow, that is absolutely crazy. So really we don't oh, and it's but it's only 70%, right? So anyway, 4 is still going to be I think going to be kind of the right number for us. So we want inbound. It's pretty reasonable. It can get inbound pretty much anywhere. So what I'll do is actually let's do this. Let's do move it a little bit like that. So we'll do 1, 2. And we'll flip it around. Like I'm not gonna build this at the moment, but we'll do that. We'll just get it ready for it. Just so that we've kind of got this area sorted out if we needed additional stuff, right? And obviously what we also have in this area is we could expand this to double the size, right? Approximately. Okay, so something like that is the idea. And now I need to kind of run a road in somewhere as well. And I'm wondering where exactly I do that. So this is kind of the planning. So I guess the idea is we will bring rail up this way. So we need to do something with rail in this area here. So let's quickly get rid of some of these guys so they don't really affect us too much more. So we'll need to flatten some areas out a little bit over here. I don't mind it too much, but I guess we'll need to flatten out at least some of this area, but to make room for something a little bit more. Yeah, a little bit where we can do some rail loading, for instance, right? We don't need to flatten the mountain, but we do need at least a reasonably graded area here for a little bit of room. Yeah, something like this as a starting point is probably okay. So we'll give ourselves a little bit of room for some area where we can do some of this stuff. And we do need some roads to come in through here. Now, before we get too comfortable with some of this stuff, let's run a road. We'll do it something like that. Yep. And then we'll kind of turn it in like that. We'll turn it back back over this way. Now, what the plan is, I want to tie it in like that. So the idea would be that we would need to kind of slope it down somewhere. So give me a second while we quickly have a look. I guess we could do a little something over here, right? So if I were to say, let's actually bring it in. I want to sorry. Get it to a reasonable level. So if we started it over there, yeah, there we go. Do a little bit of this. Then we try and level that a bit more like that. So if we did this, and then plan would be, can we try and contour this a little bit here? Perfect. Something like that. The idea is we want to tie in over here. What is our levels here? We could maybe do a little bit of a bridge here. I don't think I necessarily need a bridge here. But let's have a quick look. So what is this level? This is 35. And this is 20. So we are... And then it just falls straight down to the other side. So I'm not sure. And then this just keeps falling. So we could try and bridge across there, but I guess the problem with that is that we won't be able to get a road down here to this area. So I guess maybe all we want to do is just continue slowly dealing with that road connection, and then we can try and do maybe something like this. Yeah, and that will quite comfortably tie in over there, and we'll do that. And that should be a pretty reasonable contoured road. I might redo this section a little bit, so let's trim back a little bit over here to about, I think about there, and then what we'll do is we will I think we will do probably a little something like this, right? Okay, so we'll do something like that, and that kind of, yeah, I think that's, wow, this is really, really not ideal. Let's trim this section a bit more, and what we'll do is we'll try and get that a little bit more natural. It's looking better. It's looking better. Similarly, I think what we'll do is we'll redo that stretch over there. Hopefully now this will make it a little bit more natural. Yeah, I think that's okay. Yeah, even this section, because we did such small slithers, it's not quite what we had in mind. So let's try that one, and we'll. Ooh, oh, there's a little path over here. Let's get rid of that little path quickly. A remnant of something else that we planned. Okay, now can we? And I guess that's okay. The rest is pretty good. Okay, so that's fine. So what we'll do is we'll work on this one. Now, on this side of things, I want us to, and we have the port over here. So what I'm keen on doing is actually kind of bridging across all of this stuff. So that, and obviously we will be tying in over here as well. This is a little bit tedious here. So let me level it from the center, because I think I've got road connections on this side, right? So I'll need to go about... Yeah, I think this area needs to be leveled a little bit more. Anyway, I'll leave that be for now. But what we want to do is we do want to try and add an extra interchange in here. Now, at the moment, our only real spot where that could work is somewhere down here. So I'll just have to do it over there. So what's our levels? Let's get our levels sorted out. We've got, no, not that one. This one, our level here is at 12. We're up at 17 here, so we need to be even higher than this, actually. Yeah, we need to start it from maybe somewhere over there. So what I'll do is I'll trim this road back all the way to maybe somewhere over there. And then what we'll do is we'll quickly level from the center over here. Push this in a little bit. And again, what I'll do is I'll try and level around here so that we can squeeze an extra road in here. Now, for some reason, we don't have any bulldozers in the area. But the idea would be from that level, we're going to come up to this side as well. So I guess if we want to keep it tight, we'll do it somewhere over here to get to a level of around 20, right? Which is almost it's there. Okay, so there we go. So we'll do that. We'll level it from the center. We still don't have that. But anyway, that's kind of going to be, we're going to bridge across here, and we will have to do a very similar thing over here as well. So let's quickly up this one. Actually, I kind of wonder, do we just tunnel? We'll just tunnel the rail through here. I think that might be the best idea is for us to just tunnel it through there. So that's the level we're after. So we just want to now level that out, and then ultimately what we'll do is we'll have some ramps off of this section of road. Okay, so that's fine. So that's fine. Let's leave that there. These guys are still busy sorting themselves out. So let's do that. So I like that. That's a pretty good idea. Now, the next piece of the puzzle is we will need a road connection to cut across all of this stuff over here. So we're going to do something like that and tie that one in there. So that will be the road connection on this side. I wonder if we could maybe cut across on this side. But anyway, the idea would be that in order for us to not go too crazy with this stuff. So let's get on the road there. And I think tying it in like so is probably appropriate. And then we'll kind of run it in like this. And sometimes wonder whether we could tie something in there. I think we can. So what we'll do is we'll try and cut across here, and then we'll also do kind of something like this. So now we do have a little bit of a bypass, potential bypass opportunity here. We do have the rail station on this side, so we'll get all of that to kind of sort itself out. So let's sign all of that. Now, where is this guy? Oh, yeah, that's probably all the way over here. So let's get that guy to go back and redo his thing there. Okay, so let's switch these off for a minute. We're waiting on a few bits and pieces to happen. We've built yet another one over here, and this time it's still, well, we'll see if it's still got its issues. These are still building a number of different things on this side as well. Excellent. There's so much happening. We've got some heating problems, I know, but there's a lot of different facilities that's not actually in a spot where heating is being managed. Okay, so we've got all of most of our roads sorted out. So what I'm keen to do is do that, get that connected, and what I'll do is also I'll pay for this little section, and then we'll say, let's get cracking on these guys. Similarly over here, let's get moving to start building a lot of this stuff. That's all done. This is all done. I like it. The pace is quite good at the moment. So we'll get that road in there, and we'll start building some of these. We can start building from this side as well. Okay, beautiful. That's pretty good. Once we've got these guys ready to go, we will want to, sort out our pieces here, and we will want. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Before we get too carried away, one thing that we will need here. So from here, we want to be able to head into that direction. Now, let's while I've got this paused, let's have a look. If I wanted to, I don't think this is even remotely possible. So let me quickly. I'm gonna get rid of all of these. I'm gonna put them back in a minute. I just want to quickly see that if I were to go and do. That's interesting. So I could maybe let me get rid of that. Right, we'll go back with all of that stuff. We'll come back in here. We'll tie that one in there. And we'll try and get it a little bit closer. Can we get it a little bit closer? How close can we get it? I guess that is about as close as we're gonna get it there. Okay, so let's do that. We'll get it to tie in there. Tie that. So we do need that piece there. Now, let's have another quick look here. Can we reasonably turn across here? It seems like we can. So the only thing we're really interested in is going into this area for loading. We don't need to do anything else. So if we say let's do this this piece of crazy maneuver here. Yeah, okay, that seems okay. And then we'll do this. Now we don't have to tie it in straight over there because the idea is that we come up over here. Now the question mark is we could also try and do it on this side instead. Maybe this is a bit more logical for us because if I switch this on, right, we will want to run up the mountainside and so potentially that's better. So I'm gonna trim this back. This isn't quite the plan here, right? And what I'll do is so we'll leave all of that be and let's just do all of that, right? And over on this side, I just want to check one thing. Can I tie you in there? I can, so that will actually allow us to build that piece. So that'll be okay. We'll leave that be. There's some other stuff we'll do in this area. And what we'll do is we'll run the rail up on something over here. Okay, yeah. Don't continue to pause that there. Let's rather see what we can do over here. Now, have we got our guys back? So make it nice and tight. Okay, so something like that is probably okay. We'll want to squeeze in a little bit more over here. Now, okay, so the idea here is we're going to let's just level this a little bit more in this spot here. Get it nice and tight to that side. Yeah, perfect. Same on this side. Yeah, that's good. Now, from here, what we'll do is we'll say we'll do a little slither of road there. We'll do a little slither of road on this side. Actually, I need it to be. Well, we'll start the turn like that, and then what we'll do is we'll actually just bit of a level. Now that is not quite what we're after. So what I'll do is I'll do that, and then we'll try and yeah, do this way better. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll get a bit of a bridge connection across. Can we do something like this? I mean, we can. I think that looks pretty cool. So let's do that. And now the idea here is that we would want this road to go down here. Actually, instead of this bridge, right? Let's trim this bridge. Let's trim this guy, and let's do. Hang on. Let's level from the center, and we'll level it more in that general direction there, right? Do something like this. Okay, and now the intent here will be, let's do that instead. Okay, so if we did that, we grabbed ourselves a curved bridge. Ooh, 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 ooh. I'm still not convinced. Let's go back. Let's clear this one out. Let's move it even further away. Okay, let's push that even more. Right. Okay, so now let's try this by doing it all the way over here. I think that might look a little bit more natural. There we go. So if we do that as the bridge connection, I like it. I like it. We've got another traffic jam. And now what we'll do is we'll do this. Okay, do that. And then here I will provide the access point. On this side, I guess the idea is here and there we'll have a hmm. Do we just do a diamond on this side? I think maybe that's okay. So here, what the plan here will be? Give me these guys, and what we'll do is we'll do. We need the other road first. I think that's the plan. Is that we'll need this guy first. So we'll do that. We'll grab one of these and we'll tie it in. Why are you being difficult? Don't be difficult. Get it a little closer. Why are you? Why? What kind of infrastructure is in the way here? I only see a tree. What is the issue here? This one. This one is fine, right? Move that back a little up to there. Perfect. So there we go. So now we've got that in place as well. Now the only other thing that I'm thinking of is that if we're coming off here and move the snapping. Okay, well, put the snapping back in and then do that and just just doesn't feel quite right. That doesn't. So if we try this again, no. We need the snap. Really? Is that? Are we gonna continue having issues here? let's get that one back in place. And yeah, I guess that's what we're after. And now what we want to try and do is give ourselves a bit of room there. So we're it's a little tight here. So let's try and average this terrain a little bit. Okay, so with that in mind, maybe that's okay now. And we do the F4 thing. Yeah, I like that. Something like that is probably okay. Okay, so let's see if we try and level that a bit more. Okay, so that's about it, right? And then we're gonna do a similar thing on the other side once we're there or thereabouts. Now here, yeah, no, we have to kind of tunnel these guys on this side. So let's tunnel through. So it's a little problematic. So the idea would be that we're going to tunnel through like this over here, right? So give me the tunnel, and we're going to say we'd like to tunnel. Well, let's see. Can we tunnel? It's really not. It's too short. Really? Okay, well, let's see. If we tunneled from here to... It seems okay. And I also would like to do an... Come on. Okay, I could do this. That looks pretty good. Now, can we get... Yeah. Okay. I guess that's okay. So let's get that in place. So that gives us some tunnels through there, and then we can fix the rest of this. This is obviously again the same issue. Let's just keep doing this because we're not actively using any of this. Do we? Let's have a quick look. Oh well, it's still snowing again, so it's not really helpful to us. Let's have a look. What's happening over here? Are we busy building? Very slowly. This under construction? Yeah, it is, but very slowly. Look over here. Stuff is being built. This is being built. Yeah, good. Okay. Let's get out of there. Snap out of that. So that's okay. I guess we would like to expand our road network on this side just a little. Yeah, something like that should be okay. And similarly, something like that should be okay. And what we can do is we can try and get a little bit of work done there. But that's pretty good. So that gives us our interchange here that then needs to tie into, I guess, that road network there. So let's just have a quick look at this. Yeah. Okay, it's gone a little bit further, this one, than I would have anticipated. But we'll do that. We'll tie that one in there. We'll kind of bring it down here, and let's trim it back a little bit so it gets a bit more natural curve there. Beautiful. So that gives us that road connection on that side. What we'll do here is we'll run a road into the port over here as well. So I guess that's okay. Yeah, that's probably about right. We'll go with that. So there's a few more road connections here that will ultimately work. So that gives us some infrastructure readiness here for the iron mining. We do need to. So the one thing I do want us to have a look at as well is we need one piece of rail here. So give me the train aggregate loading. If we go with the 4-track variety like this should be well. Maybe that's a little bit too much. Let's just go with the 2-track variety. That was the 4-track, right? That's maybe a little much. What is this? All full loading. If we go with um, the two-track variety like this, then aggregate loading. Yeah, I think that's the one. And we want that maybe kind of somewhere over here. Okay. Let me just have a look at this. Okay, fine. And then I think the idea will be that we will run rail like this. We'll need to tie that in somehow. The idea being that we will ultimately run that one down there. No, so not from there, but from the second one we'll go down there. Now the idea here is that we will have to somehow tie it in. If I could see what I was doing. So I guess the idea would be that we would want to do a reasonable curvature here. Okay, so if we were to say do something like this, yeah, I get it, in problems. If we were to say do that, and then the intent being that we tie in like so, yes, that is kind of the plan. How does this look? I mean, we need to probably smooth that out a little bit. And then over here, it's actually fairly good. The only one I want to have a look at is coming down there. Yeah, I think that's okay. And to be honest, we could at the same time try and tie it in. Okay, so it's a little bit too steep of an incline there. Okay, that's okay. What I wanted to do is let's have a look at this, right? If we were to trim that and we try that now. Yeah, I think that's better. Um, yeah, that's okay. Well, let's go back, try that one more time. This time we'll come on with the autosave already. Try it from this side instead. So if we do this and that, try and give ourselves a little bit of room there. Beautiful. So we'll do that. We'll do this, and I'm pretty sure we'll be able to do. Now the angle is a little. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that. Let's just level this out a little bit over here. So if we just go with average terrain, we'll try and average all of this out a little bit more. So right over here somewhere. Okay, I think that should be okay. That should help us out a little. Now, the idea would be that from here we would try and that is an interesting one. It's really good if we can make it actually work, but I'm thinking, oh, we can. There we go. Look at that connection through there. That gives us a proper movement through this way. I like that. Let's assign that straight away. And what we'll do is we will do a little something like this, and we'll try and what are you doing? It does not. Oh, there we go. That's a little weird. Or are we? That looks so weird. That looks so weird. I guess we need to redo this a little bit. That doesn't quite sit right. So if we were to just do that, we could then also do this. I guess that's the intent, is that we do it, that we do that, right? And that similarly we would want to tie this one in over here to go into this broad direction, right? So what's our levels? Let's quickly have a quick look at our levels over here. So we're at 44, and we're coming up. Okay, we're coming up actually. So this is up high. Ooh. Hmm. Yeah, yeah, of course. This is a tunnel. Hmm. Makes me wonder whether we try and do this. Maybe that's what we do. Maybe that's what we do. Let me trim that back. I didn't quite consider that. So let's trim this back and trim this back like that way. Let's do that and let's do this. Okay, fine. We'll get rid of that. So the idea is now actually we want. So give me a little bit more. Give me a little bit more room to this area. Oh, the one thing that we're also missing here is we don't have. Okay, so what need to do is we'll need to do a separate kind of spot where we can get some workers in here as well. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll have a look. Let's demolish that. Okay, and now the idea would be that we try. Don't do this. That's not right. So we need to provide. Do that. So let's do. This is a starting. So I think the question mark is do we actually drop the entire thing a little bit lower? So let's get rid of those two and we'll give ourselves a level somewhere over here. Let's quickly do that. Let's take level from the center, maybe at kind of this level. Yeah, let's do that. So let's excellent. This is looking good. The hell, what is that? Oh, it's a little. Get rid of that. We don't need that. Okay, so we've leveled a little slither into here where we can now run our rail. That's just this rail. Even this is looking. It's not looking great. So let's clear this one out. Can I get something to be a little bit more? I did this right. That just feels a little bit more natural. So now, if we were to run it up like this, it feels way more natural, right? So we'll do that. Tie that one in there, and then we will tie like so. I mean, we can trim this back a little bit more as well. Let's do trim that just a tad, like so, just so we get a slightly better angle in here. Okay, so we'll do that, and we'll do this. Okay, beautiful. So that gives us access to this section here. It gives us in there, gets us over that way. We need to sort this out just a little bit more. But I guess it's kind of where we're going to end the episode. I guess I need to continue to push all of this back a bit more. I love how I can't see anything. Going to continue to push all of this back so that we have some room, and we do need a few bit different things. So we're going to have to terraform here a little bit more, but that'll be for yet another episode to continue that journey. Let's have a quick look at the progress over here. All of this is built. All of that is built. How is this looking? Is that? Let's have a quick look. Oh, this is not built. Can I please just make sure we assign a few things for construction over here so we can kind of make that work. We have our we need to get our distribution office up and running. But yeah, generally speaking, it's looking pretty good for all of this stuff. So we'll try and get all of this finalized in the next episode. All of this is good. This construction is underway. That is starting to get here. This is still under construction there. But yeah, slowly starting to get everything moving. This is built. Let's assign well, I might just pay for that slither there so that we can get construction moving on there as well. Okay, so all of this is slowly moving. I want to do a nice session on the planning of this canal district over here, but all of this infrastructure is slowly being built. This is kind of rising. We still have a lot to do in terms of the rail network over here. I'm happy with that. Some of our planning here is looking reasonable. Yeah, I think that's fine. I don't think we. Alternatively, did we want to run it all the way over there? Nah, I think it's okay. We'll leave it be. we'll leave it be as is. Guys, so thanks a lot for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please hit that like button. There's still so much for us to do. Everything is looking okay. Happiness has dropped a little bit. I guess it's due to some people in the cold, right? Let's have a look. Unable to drink alcohol's always been an issue. Lack of meat is starting to cause a little bit of an issue. So we do need to maybe have a bit of a look at some of those kind of things. But it is on the rise. Health is okay. Population is okay. Unemployment is okay. Money is okay. All good. And we're going to see the end of snow very soon. Okay, guys, I will see you in the next episode. Please do remember to leave your comments down below and hit that like button if you haven't done so. Also, subscribe to the channel. Bye-bye.